following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
And Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Yo! Well, it may look like I'm on Shiprocked, but I'm not. Okay, I just got back from Shiprocked, but that is what it looked like on Shiprocked. If you weren't there, that's part of what you missed. And we're going to talk about the rest of what you missed. And then the South Florida Fair is ending this weekend. Since I've gotten back, I've done multiple music interviews with bands playing at the South Florida Fair. You're going to want to check them out on the podcast. Either the Adventures of Pipeman, Pipeman in the Pit, iHeartRadio, Apple, Amazon, Pandora, Spotify, or any podcast outlet that you want to use, any app you want to use, okay? And then, okay, so we have the ending of South Florida Fair. There's going to be a classic rock tribute band competition that they have every year that is badass, okay? There are some really, really good bands that are going to, you got like tribute bands for the Cranberries, for Pearl Jam, for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, which we're doing that interview tonight. So you're going to want to check that out. And then there's going to be like just a whole bunch of them competing, and it's amazing. And I want to tell you today, Wednesday, you got to check out the interview we did yesterday, but today, what an amazing artist. Okay, so this band, okay, they do a tribute to the Cranberries, and man, she sounds like Dolores. They'll be playing on Saturday when the Pipeman is there at the fair. But also, they have a band called Indigo Dreamers that basically they're playing right now at the fair as we speak. So now, since the Pipe Nuts, whatever way you want to put it, maybe Rebel's a knot because I think she's into that kind of stuff. I don't know. But let's bring on our Pipe Nuts so we can discuss things. We have one Pipe Nut today that knows a little about Shiprocked and a little bit about the fair. We have a Swamp Nut that she would never even get into the fair this year based on her shenanigans last time. And then, oh, look at this. And then we have Studio Nut, which now I have to refresh my page because I can't see you, Studio Nut. Can everybody else see Studio Nut?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to refresh the page. Rebel, why don't you introduce yourself for those of people that really don't know you, because they really don't. And maybe you could tell us what day it is while I refresh, because I'm not even sure what day it is anymore after Shiprocked.
Oh, my goodness. Well, of course. Today is Chinese New Year. Dr. Fortin, you should know a little bit about that, right? Chinese
New
Year.
I'm wearing the snake shirt for that today.
It is the year of the snake, of course. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. We also have Free Thinkers Day. What? Yes, indeed.
Oh, I can see Studio Nut now.
See everyone now. That's great. Isn't it? I suppose it is.
Now I can't see you, Rebel, but that's a blessing.
Absolutely. Some people think that. Speaking of seeing, it's also Seeing Eye Dog Day.
Is that why you have your sunglasses on like that?
No.
Do you see my new cool glasses?
I do.
I got them from Shiprocked. See? They say Shiprocked on them.
Nice.
Shiprocked.
And that is an actual, behind me, that is an actual picture of this Shiprocked, where we were. Of course, that's how okay, so I have amazing, as Rebel knows, and now also Dr. Nicole Fortin knows, I have amazing ninja abilities at festivals. And now you can see why, okay, there were a few times people wanted me to go up to the upper level, and I didn't go because up at the upper level, I could be caught. But down there, nobody's finding me. So can you find me? Find me in that picture.
Yeah. I was trying to look earlier too.
Let's play a game of Find the Pipeman.
Yeah, where's Pipeman? Where's Pipeman? Like, where's Waldo? You could probably find Waldo quicker than Pipeman. All right, so
I had to look this up real quick because it's also National Dragon Appreciation Day. I saw that on. Did you know that one? Was that one on the list?
Well, I appreciate you then.
You know what? We just came out of the year of the dragon, right? The wood dragon, and now we're entering the wood snake. So appreciate where you've been in the past and where you're going now.
So basically what you're saying is you should celebrate with all your favorite snakes?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Okay. Something bad has happened here because one of my children has decided to call me during my show. Shame on them. You're live on the air.
God, now I'm going to sound real stupid.
You can tell everybody live on the air how you're saving the planet right now, if you want.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess saving the planet or the turtles, I guess.
Well, you might want to tell them they don't know what that means, maybe. They're too busy watching political news.
No.
Okay, so in Northwest Florida, we had a historic event of snow and cold temperatures, which led to the third largest cold stun event of sea turtles in Florida history. So we've been day and night working through 1,100 sea turtles to get them tagged, rehabbed, and released back into the Gulf.
Wow.
So that's been a huge undertaking every day. Today is a public release with over 150 turtles being released with the public being able to view. We tagged, my teammate tagged and did intake for about 200 yesterday. And on Monday, we did probably 100 to 150. So it's probably about 600 more turtles to go. And hopefully they'll all pass their swim test and go back into the ocean.
Well, you frickin' rock. And maybe after 29 years, you would figure out when not to call during my show. And so, but wait, I see a turtle right now. You better go save that turtle. Just went by me. And then I'll call you after the show.
Alrighty. Well, I love you. Later.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, and I'm going to guess that was the one that starts with an R, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. So, yes, they had a blizzard while I was on Shiprocked. She kept sending me videos of the blizzard, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm out on a ship, and it's perfectly beautiful and a lot of shenanigans. But I will say that I did get home to South Florida. It was not snowing it was snowing. It was snowing iguanas. That is the type of snow we get in South Florida when it gets cold. So here's something weird that happened today. I went out on my balcony waiting for the sunrise, and there were a bunch of paddle boarders in the water, but they weren't going anywhere. Like, what are you doing? Okay, I know you're waiting for the sunrise, but in the meantime, you're on paddleboard. You don't just stand there. I don't know.
You do if you're performing some sort of yoga or something.
No, you would be doing yoga, right?
Might have been the standing still pose. I don't know. I'll do that.
That's for the lazy people, okay?
Yeah, they were doing the possum.
On the water on a paddle board, it is actually exercise to try to stand still, okay? You try to do it sometimes.
It would have been really fun to pull out my slingshot. You want to stand still on the paddle board, you get the slingshot.
Lord, help you.
Dr. Nicole looks very perplexed right now. She doesn't even understand what that might even mean.
Yeah, you know what? To be honest, I had a little technical difficulty. I cut out for a bit there.
Oh yeah, see, you can always you can always tell when somebody speaks the wrong language and they don't understand you, or their speakers aren't working because they have that look on their face like, I'm pretending like I'm paying attention to you, but I have no clue what you're even saying. So my expression on my face is not going to change at all. That's how you can tell.
I did hear something about paddleboarding.
Yeah, it was something like if you. I think I said something like, if you were on a paddleboard, I would knock you over with my slingshot. I think that's what I said. Is that what I said, Rebel?
Yep.
No, actually, what I said is I was on my balcony fantasizing about going and getting my slingshot. I mean, if you're going to stand up paddleboard, although that does make sense, maybe you should stand up paddleboard. But I would think you don't want to be a standstill target there. Okay.
Do you think someone's shooting at you, or you want a slingshot?
No, I have a slingshot and I want to use it.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, that would be fun. Right into.
I think his point was that he saw paddleboarders doing yoga, and the pose that they were practicing.
They weren't doing yoga. They were just standing there.
They were. The pose was sitting duck.
Yes.
I see.
It's a new kind of yoga.
That one's always been very difficult for me. That's why I'm a ninja at a
Thank you, Juan. You brought it all together for me.
Well,
sorry for the listeners that we had to revisit all of that.
I know. Well, that's why I'm a ninja at festivals.
Yeah, that's true. I can attest to that.
I have the inability to do the standing duck pose. It's very impossible for me. And Rebel has been a witness to it too. Okay. Except she hides. Okay. Like she goes to festivals. She goes to festivals and goes outside the venue to go sit up on some hill outside the venue.
That was because I wanted to experience it like that. But
you wanted to experience it like somebody that couldn't afford to go and has to sit outside and watch it?
Well, yeah, I've never had that problem before. No, I just wanted to be up on the hill higher than everybody else that was all clustered right there.
You weren't higher because, believe me, everybody inside was a lot higher than you were, okay?
That's another reason I was up on the hill. No, indeed.
But it's great bringing Rebel as a media helper to the festival because first, she stays put in the press area. So I miss nothing. I could go do something and she stays put. Okay. And she covers the ground and she just never wants to go out and mingle with anybody.
No, that's not true. Okay. I stay and watch the equipment because we do haul a lot of equipment sometimes to those things and you don't want it to walk off. Not that anybody in the press would do that, but you never want to leave your stuff just laying around.
That's why I like being there because then I don't have to carry the shit around. I can leave you there and you don't leave the post. You also don't trip me trying to catch me either.
What did you do, Nicole?
Well, no, it's happened before. It's happened before.
Yeah, just like, sometimes I'm a little, you got to stay close to that guy. Snaking through the pit or like the crowd is easy to lose somebody.
I think she might be related to you, Juan, because she's kind of like when you're at festival, she's kind of like a chihuahua.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a good description.
Not that you're a chihuahua, Juan, but you're both from Mexico, so that's my point. Okay, but it's like the little ankle biting thing.
I don't want to lose it. I FOMO.
Rebel's very good at not invading personal space. Like, you could be in Florida and she won't be anywhere in Florida, so she doesn't invade your personal space.
No, but I will say this, like, not even I can keep up with the Pipeman when he's walking.
See?
Yeah, for real. Like, for real. Right? Someone actually made that comment to me at the festival. It was like, my fat ass couldn't keep up with that guy.
No, and the thing is, like, most people,
like, for real.
Most people say that I'm a fast walker. Like, but when I'm beside the Pipeman, I'm like, where is he going? Like, why is he going so fast? Like,
you should see me go downstairs. Like, I'm on the 36th floor and I run down 36 flights of stairs. I can't walk downstairs. I have to run. Okay.
Or hold on to the escalator and slide down in the store. And like, people are watching us.
Oh,
nice.
Okay. So I think Dr. Nicole, because she was doing media for Shiprocked, she witnessed that firsthand as well.
Yeah.
How did you feel when he did it?
Well, I mean, I think it's funny, but also he was a little slow. There was a moment where I was running into him, like however that configuration.
Well, yeah, because I wasn't having to walk. I was just riding the escalator on the arm things.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
But,
and then you were getting in my way. Then it's like, come on.
Yeah, I picked her off the escalator. That would have been funny, though. That would have been a good bit for the show. Oh, look.
Yeah. Whoops.
We have the infamous photographer, Lori, in with us. Can you pull that up, Juan? Hi, guys.
Hi.
From me and Wayne, we're watching at Miami Airport, and I agree on keeping up.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Funny. Yeah,
here's what I found on Shiprocked. Here's what I found on Shiprocked is all I had to do is circle the ship, and I'd run into them because they would just always be in the same place. But there was
shout out to those guys. They were just a gem.
No, seriously, there was one time I walked right up to Wayne and was standing right next to him, and he wasn't even in costume at that point, and didn't even know. But they did get me with the Wayne's World stuff. They did Wayne's World. I'm still in protest. Somebody named Wayne should not be Garth. Okay, you should be Wayne. And get over yourself with your problems with Wayne. You are a Wayne. Just saying. You know, and I got this shirt, like, as you know, I don't normally wear shirts like this, but I had to get it. I was in St. Thomas. It was like the souvenir that I got from St. Thomas, just because we were vibing that stuff on the ship. But here's what I did. Okay, so every night was theme night. The rebel that I am is I went with the theme the next night. So like the first night, the theme was like all like neon glowing. Yeah. I did that on the next night. And then 80s night, I went the next night. Speaking of which, talking about the 80s, I have to say that the Stowaways stole the frickin' show. Okay, so for you people watching, listening, or even my co-hosts that I have no clue what I'm even talking about. Okay, so basically they have Stowaways, which are band members from bands not playing on the ship. So the ship has a lineup, but then they have these Stowaways, and then they put on 2 shows. And oh my God, it was badass. And let me tell you about these 2 shows. They're playing songs that are not their songs that they wouldn't normally play, and they rehearse like right before the gig. So these people have some of them never played with each other before. And then there was like, you know, there's times where things aren't working perfectly when you do all that stuff. And what pros every single one of them were. Okay, so I could tell you that the first set was like the 80s hair, new wave, poppy vibe, which is something that the Pipeman was not thrilled with in the 80s. But I was thrilled with it. Rebel would have loved it because it was all her type of bullshit. Okay, but let me tell you. Okay, so Lori says she is Wayne's World. Well, then you should be Wayne and Garth. I think next time.
I love that answer.
Okay. So
that's awesome.
So next time, make a mask, because Lori makes her own costume. So I'm giving her some work now. Make a mask that is both Garth on one side and Wayne on the other, and do the opposite for Wayne. And then you guys are both Wayne and Garth. That's your assignment. I hope you've understood the assignment. Okay. So anyway, so they did a bunch of that, and man, they killed it. Like I was loving it, and I mean, it was just so amazing seeing all these band members together performing songs that maybe they've never performed before. Okay. And then the Pipeman got inside information in interviews. Okay.
What?
But the beauty is the interviews weren't playing till after. So I got to know what was coming. And one of the coolest dudes, who is an amazing drummer, Tom Hain, he promised me Whiplash, because that's 80s. And that's like one of my favorite all-time ever Metallica songs, or songs ever. And they played it, because 2 nights later they did another set. It was all the heavy stuff. And so they played it. It was freaking amazing. Okay. I mean, it was just, and here's the thing. He told me afterwards, his in-ear wasn't working. He couldn't even hear himself. And yet he killed it on the drums. Okay. Now, I will say that I also found out that Jesse from Killswitch Engage, man, he has so many talents. Okay. He was, singing Billy Idol. He sang Pat Benatar, badass. But then he did a DJ set. That was one of the highlights of the cruise, man. It was packed. All the artists were in there, and it was in the music experience after the music experience closed. And his wife performed there. He brought his own dancing pole, and his wife performed on the dancing pole. And then Jave from Oxymorons did too, but that happened a little later, and that's all we're going to say about it. Okay. But I mean, I went up to Jesse. I'm like, who knew you were such a badass DJ? And he was like, oh, you ain't seen nothing. I don't even have all my equipment. I mean, he looked the part. It was just amazing. And then there were these intimate moments. Okay. So I was walking to another set, because each band plays twice. Okay. And I was at one set, and then I was walking to another one, and I looked in. There's this piano bar. I looked in, and there's the guitarist from the Struts singing Staying Alive in the piano bar. So the Pipeman was drawn away from the set I was going to go to and into the piano bar. And then the singer, Luke, he sang. Singer Brandon from Atreyu. And we did an interview with the Struts. We did an interview with Atreyu. And there was a big new surprise that I did that was a huge hit. And I'm going to talk about it, but then I'm going to let Nicole, from her perspective, watching, describe what happened with bands when I did this. So I brought my battle vest from the 80s that I've not worn since I'm 16 years old. For those of you that don't know what a battle vest is, well, you're just a moron. Okay, but I'll tell you. Okay, it's your denim vest. Well, go ahead. Tell us, Juan.
I don't know what it is. I was just saying thank you for letting us know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Us morons.
Oh, so you're one of the morons. Good. Okay. So anyway, this is what it is. Okay. It's a denim vest that has patches and drawings and pins on it for your favorite bands. Okay. And mine is custom, where I drew a lot of logos on there. I drew a lot of bands on there. There's blood on there from diving off of Marshall stacks and knocking out my teeth. There's patches that are ripped from the pit. And one of the most common questions that I got was, wow, look at how these patches are. Are they like paper? The patches were different then than they are now. But I brought this battle vest for the first time to a festival, and now it's going to be a new thing. Except don't tell the other artists that haven't had it done yet. Okay, but everybody that's listening, And you guys, please promise that this does not go public. Okay. So anyway, I pull out the denim vest, the battle vest during the interview, and I have the artist look at it. And then I also have them pick a band off of there that they would want to go tour with. So now Dr. Nicole Fortin, well, as the picture-taking media helper, I won't call you a photographer. Lori's a photographer. You're just somebody that takes.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I don't even know what you take, but they're better than Rebels pictures. I'll just say that. Okay, and so anyway,
I'm just a helper, like the Pipeman's slave, pretty much.
That's exactly what you were, a slave. Okay.
Yeah.
And so anyway,
the ball and chain.
Yeah. Well, we won't go that far because people like read into that.
Oh yeah. Maybe that's like misinterpreting that.
That's why I was saying to stop tripping over me and why I have to do the ninja moves to kind of escape.
Oh, to try to get away from me?
Get away from the Chihuahua. Okay.
But anyway. Just tell me, man.
I tried. Okay.
Just say go away.
I mean, I don't know what part of get the fuck away from me you don't understand, but okay, next time I'll try to say it differently. I don't know. But anyway, tell everybody the reactions from these bands when I would pull out this vest.
Okay, this is one of my favorite parts, though, because it was such a epic moment. I know that there's a lot of history with this vest because I've listening to the Pipeman interview and share stories and stuff. You saw Metallica's first show. You saw who else's first show? Motley Crue? No.
Slayer.
Partied with Motley Crue. Slayer.
One of the first Crue shows, yeah. And by the way, Rebel probably knows this, but yes, my grandson would wear that vest. And I have a picture of him here in that vest. It fits him. It did fit.
I think there's something magnetic about this vest, It's like really interesting as someone who wants to capture sweet moments like in present time. This was a vest that was like stopped time and a lot of artists also felt that. And they, just like them looking at it, checking it out. Like there's a lot of history here and people who know about it could really feel that off of it, that like you were there. You are part of that whole creation or that movement. Like you are that movement.
They were basically like going, holy shit.
Yeah. That's literally wild. Like never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. It's like, so there's some, those old patches that are kind of like peeling off. They're sewn on or ironed on. They're peeling off. And then you've got the Sharpie editions of all the bands like etched in there. You've got the Slayer felt lettering that you created.
Yeah, there was no Slayer patches back then. I was telling this during the interviews.
Like so original
felt lettering. And in LA, especially especially in East LA, okay, people thought I was a gangbanger and that was my gang name. It was pretty funny. So,
Slayer.
So I'm playing it off like I'm a gringo in East LA.
Slayer.
I'll let them think that.
Yeah.
Until they start shooting at me.
So I have an image of a picture that I downloaded. It's a vest. It's not yours, but it's just a visual representation of what it looks like.
Okay, yeah. That's like a very modern. His is like OG, old school, legendary vest. You'll never see anything like it.
Okay, so here's
you have a picture. Do you have a picture of his?
See, there's the thing about that vest right there.
No.
Okay, that vest. One of the bands talked about it. You buy it pre-made like that. And that's bullshit. Okay. Make your own vest. Mine started from just denim. And then I added everything to it. And that was what was epic. And like Winston from Parkway Drive was so enamored with it. Like during the interview, he was actually like, you describe it, Nicole.
Oh yeah, he couldn't put it down. He was like, "Oh my god, this is the most epic thing I've ever seen," And that he appreciated the value of it. Said that you could even sell it on eBay for $5,000.
Yeah.
At least.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, I sent you some pictures of it. We should get them on, but maybe we'll add it to a post or something.
If you get it signed by the bands, it could be worth way more than that.
So here you go. If you want to see that, maybe it'll get loaded
There's
to the
no
Pipeman.
room for them to sign it, though. Like I've drawn.
OnlyFans?
I've drawn.
Pipeman OnlyFans? Yeah. That would be good.
The pictures to the Pipeman OnlyFans.
See my Slayer.
Yeah,
patch.
Exactly. That's where they'll go.
Well, the signatures could go on the inside.
Patch before they ever had an album.
Yeah, okay. So Winston and a lot of other artists were freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, wow, and it's so funny because they all said, like, I've never seen anything, like satanic looking by Metallica. Like, that's not their thing. And it is. It's like a devil looking thing. And it's from before they ever had an album. So it's not their true, what they are, their images today. Here's what's funny. Shortly before I started the show, I was watching a reel of Lars and James way back when, and they were interviewing what separates you from the other bands like Slayer and that. And they're like, yeah, maybe it's because we don't sing about devil stuff, and we think, and something like, we think that's stupid. So they were never like one of those, they thought it was a gimmick, and it was a gimmick they weren't going to do. Okay. But before we talk more Shiprocked, there's other things we have to talk about real quick. So let's take a quick break and talk about, it's the final days of the South Florida Fair. You can do a BOGO even tomorrow on Thursday, buy one, get one, but you need to catch the fair, especially Pipeman will be there Saturday. Juan, let's show them what they're up for.
So what are we doing this weekend as a family?
Let me see what's fun to do around here.
Go to the South Florida Fair on Thursdays and double the fun. That's right, Thursdays are BOGO at the fair. Buy one admission ticket and get one ticket free. Every food vendor will have a BOGO deal, and ride credits are half off on BOGO Thursdays.
The South Florida Fair is open now through February 2nd in West Palm Beach.
Yeah. So I went to the fair before Shiprocked. I'm going to the fair after Shiprocked. And then I'm going to the Renaissance Festival. So this weekend will be the fair on Saturday, Renaissance Festival on Sunday, and whatever other debauchery I can get myself into the rest of the weekend. But I can tell you, okay, so I got back from Shiprocked, and, usually I catch up on sleep once a month, and I definitely did that. I came back. And on Sunday, I just that was it. I slept Sunday away, which never happens, except when I'm doing catch-up. But basically, I hadn't slept in a week because even the times I was tired, Shiprocked was so awesome that you wouldn't know I was tired, and I'm staying to the bitter end. There was one night, I waited around for this thing called Quest. Apparently, I wasn't the only one. Like, the whole ship was waiting, and most of the people didn't even know what they were waiting for, including me. Okay? It's this thing called Quest. What's on Shiprocked stays on Shiprocked. Okay?
Or does it?
No, it stays because you have to, no phones allowed. Okay?
It's an honor system,
Yeah, no phones allowed in the room where Quest is in the theater. Okay? And and all these people are standing online, and they're like, they don't even know. Yeah, it doesn't help on my, okay, so let's put this up here. It doesn't really help on my messenger because I'm not the engineer. You can, let's see. She's sending us pictures, okay? Interrupting me to send me pictures.
Send the pictures, send the pictures, send the pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. There's some Wayne and Garth pictures. Maybe we'll set them for next week, to show them next week. Okay, I'll send them to you, Juan. And then, Wayne and Garth will have to tune in next week to see themselves, because that's really, that's why they send them. They want to see themselves. Okay.
And pictures of the Battle Fest.
Yeah, I have that. So we'll set that up for next week.
Yeah.
Speaking of next week, okay, and then I'll go back into what I was saying, but I promised it to you. It's happening next week. It's The Adventures of Pipeman upgrade. Okay. We're getting rid of, 2.0 and we're doing 57.0. Okay. And so anyway, no, seriously, we always have a lot of the Pipeman shows, most of them, but we only have one that's live a week. Starting next week, 1 p.m. every single day, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be live. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be interviews, bonus content, outtakes, stuff like that. But the live shows are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and they're going to be different themed. Wednesday is going to be the same stupid, zany, sit-down comedian bullshit we do now with some serious stuff. And unfortunately, we can't do a lot of serious stuff because we have Rebel on here, and we can't. Rebel. Am I lying? Like, no. She turns into a zombie when there's serious shit. Okay, like
no, I don't.
I'm curious. What's in Rebel's background there? Fuck it. One day at a fucking time.
One day at a fucking time.
Oh, these are my calendars. This was a calendar for 2024, and I had to top it with one day at a fucking time.
hey, so I have a question. I have a question then, Rebel. Yeah. Have you heard this thing called a phone? They have calendars on them. I'm just saying. You don't have to kill a tree because we're already killing shit to make the phones. We don't need to kill a tree for your wasteful calendars.
But you see, it's not wasteful. I still have last year's calendar because I will have that one for a while.
Because you didn't use it. How does that help you? You're just killing a tree for nothing.
I did use it, and I just
so you can be cool and go, oh, fuck it. No. Nope.
But they said
my daughter's over there saving turtles, and you're killing trees that'll probably end up in the ocean and hurt those same turtles.
No. These will never end up in the ocean because these will be safe.
Louisiana Southern people, you don't give a shit about anybody, man.
Yes, we do.
Okay?
Yes,
you're like the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. And she's not even arguing. She didn't even argue that point.
I said, what? That's not a good thing?
Well, yeah, when you can't allow certain people to live on your street in 2025. Well, wait a minute, that's kind of normal in 2025. Actually, that's one thing I will have to say about Shiprocked or any kind of traveling. Oh my God. The best thing about Shiprocked is I had very little connectivity with the world, that I didn't get to hear the news of the 10,542 executive orders that were passed while I was out at sea. I have no clue what they are. Yep. People are talking to me when I get back. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't want to know. I'm scared to know. I don't care. Whatever. Who cares? I care, but I don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss. Don't tell me. It was nicer being out at sea and not knowing all this shit. What were you going to say, Juan?
No, I was just agreeing with you that there was a lot of stuff going on here while you were away.
Yeah, I have one question for you, Juan. Mm-hmm. Okay? Very important.
Okay.
Okay? I won't say the 3 letters that come before Cube, the rapper, but do I have to worry about them coming in the studio, Juan?
Why would they come in the studio?
Well, I can't say it live on the air.
He's picking on you here. He wanted to know, were you born in
I just want to make sure I don't have to hire a new employee. Okay?
It's okay. I can work remotely from anywhere in the world.
Oh, good. That would be cool.
Good answer.
I'm glad you said that because I'm thinking we should start a new studio in Mexico. Okay? Just in case we need it. Just in case. Okay? And I don't even care about the Louisiana studio. They can do whatever they want with the Louisiana studio because that's Sodom and Gomorrah. I think we should send all Louisianans back to Mexico.
But we didn't come from Mexico, so...
That's why we should send you there.
Yeah, the question is, does Mexico want them?
No. That's why it's so funny about Colombia. Oh my God. That is the one news I got, and I was laughing about that. It's like, no, fuck you. You can't drop them off here. You know, we'll come pick them.
They don't want them either.
We'll come pick them up. Don't call us. We'll call you.
So that was meant for the plane that had a bunch of like people that got deported, but they were not Mexicans. So the president of Mexico, she said, you're not allowed to go through Mexican airspace. You're not allowed to bring them here because they don't belong here anyways. So you have to take them back to their home countries instead of like dumping them here. And one of the things that she said, she said, we're not your dumpster for you to dump the things that you don't want. So take care of it yourselves. And as for the Mexicans getting deported, you're not bringing them here in chains in an airplane. We'll go pick them up.
I love it. And you know what else? The Danish, I think, prime minister or somebody that's the head there literally told Trump to F off and did not say it like that. Said the real words. And I'm like, holy shit, that's badass.
The funny thing about that one is that he had done that before, like with Trump, and they warned him before he started talking not to get out of line. And that's what he ended up with.
Now, I have something else I want to talk about, but I want to comment on this. Yes. So Lori is in NOLA. She's not from there, but I think she's claimed it, but she has a great idea here. The reason why all you Louisiana people are getting shipped to Mexico is they need more parades over there. But I'm telling you, Lori and I do Riot Fest, and it's usually during Mexican independence. And who knew that Chicago would have such massive Mexican independence parades? Like, you can't even drive through the town. It's pretty cool, actually, if you're not having to get somewhere. Like, they're partying it up. Like, it made me wish I was Mexican, to be honest. But then I did the 23andMe, and I can show any proof. I tried.
In an instant.
I'm a little too white. Okay, but I got burnt at St. Thomas, so I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there now.
I didn't burn that bad, and I'm from Canada.
If I get deported
from the pasty white north.
Yeah, if I get deported, I'm going to pump my fist up in the air and I'm going to rip my earring out of my ear so my ear starts bleeding. I'm going to put my fist up in the air as I'm being deported to wherever they're going to deport me to. So,
yeah, back into outer space. Hey, why don't you share about
that would be
why don't you share about your bleeding hand from Shiprocked?
Oh, yeah. Okay, it still hurts. Okay,
yeah, I bet.
There's this other media person, Jay, and he's a good friend of mine. So I went up to give him a hug, and he was wearing a battle vest with these spikes, like very high, like that big. Okay, and they were sharp as shit. So I did one of those man hugs, and I put my hand, boom, right on it, punctured right through my hand. It reminded me of when my son was like 10 years old, 9 years old. We're standing in the driveway. He finds his golf tee on the ground. And I'm watching this all happen because I couldn't imagine what was going to happen. And he took it and he put it on the ground with the pointy part straight up and decided he wanted to break it. So he stomped on it. And it went straight up through his foot all the way. This is what happened. This is what happened in my hand. And then there was a little drop of blood. I'm like, no big deal. And then Nicole's like, well, you better go get it washed. And I listened. I didn't argue. But by the time I got to the bathroom, which was not that far away, my whole hand was red and it was squirting blood out of my hand.
Well, if his vest was anything like yours and hasn't been washed since, a decade ago,
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about the blood on Pipeman's vest either, did we?
Yeah, I said something about that.
Oh, yeah, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I did.
My audio must have been glitching again.
Yeah, go get your hearing aid checked, okay? Okay.
Knocking his teeth
so,
out.
Yeah, Abenakis.
Rebel,
yeah.
Can you look at the description today and tell me what I have not covered yet that I was supposed to cover today? I think I covered most everything.
Did you cover the RenFest?
Yeah, I said it's starting this weekend. I'm going to be there on Sunday. We're going to report on that. There is an interview everybody can check out on my podcast about the Renaissance. I love the Renaissance. Lori would love the Renaissance Festival. That's right up her alley, to getting dressed to go to things. And I'm like the dude that I like to go with females. Remember I used to go with Michaela Page all the time because she would dress up and stuff, and I could be just dressed normal. And we both had colored hair. So the colored hair was enough. I didn't have to get dressed. People stopped me the whole time. But yeah, I like to be the one with the female that's dressing up. I don't necessarily like to, except certain things, or it depends on the situation, or it depends on how hot she is, because if she's super hot, she could probably talk me into it. But needless to say,
well, let's see. We talked about the Pipeman upgrade. We talked about Shiprocked recap. We talked about the new announcements. Do we have any more new announcements?
Oh, that's why I forgot to say about, yes, that's what we need. But before we do that, I think we need to see some more about the South Florida Fair. What do you think, Juan?
Let's do it.
So what are we doing this weekend as a family?
Let me see what's fun to do around here.
The South Florida Fair is open. 17 days of entertainment, including the thrilling Royal Spectacular Show, live music, a new Adventureland, and farm animals in the Kubota Ag Zone, a historic village, and of course, rides, games, and delicious fair food.
Now through February 2nd in West Palm Beach.
Okay, so I just want to say that Rebel's favorite part of the fair is the farm animals. But that's just because she's from Louisiana.
No, I don't like farm animals. Nowhere near.
That's not what. Never mind. I won't expose you.
There's nothing to expose. I don't like farm animals. I wouldn't have even gone near. I didn't even know they had them there.
She likes gators, catfish, and crawfish.
She lost the pig races.
Oh my God. I couldn't even believe they did that. I was like, oh my God. Pig races.
What was it like running in hay anyway?
No, wasn't me.
Was it you?
No, wasn't
I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe it was.
Thing that was running around and trying to catch.
Maybe it was Jess. It would definitely be my grandkid Luca. Okay, he would probably go out there. He would run away from you and go run with the pigs in the race. I'll bet you. We'll have to get somebody on the show to verify that. Okay, so anyway, yeah. Let me also talk about. So we're doing. I told you we're doing themes, just like Shiprocked. Shiprocked has all these themes. Okay, we're doing themes for the Adventures of Pipeman, which we used to do before, right, Rebel? So yes, we used to have one theme that I can't do anymore. Chad came up with the theme, and it was Tasty Tuesdays. And every Tuesday, he would bring me some tasty treats for the show. I can't do that anymore, but he would bring like donuts and the double chocolate chip frap, and, and by the end of the show, it'd be all gone. Maybe that's why I can't really eat that much sugar anymore. I don't know. I did eat enough in all those years of my life to last like 10 lifetimes. Even my dad, the way I used to eat when I was a teenager, used to say I ate like I had 3 assholes. Kid you not, word for word, that's what he would say. I don't know how he knows what it's like to eat with 3 assholes, but maybe that's something I don't know about Dad. Okay,
just you don't want to know about.
Is that a deleted scene from what's the name of that movie with the 3-breasted alien? Total Recall.
I think Deliverance, maybe. I don't know.
Is that a deleted scene from Total Recall?
Don't know anything about Deliverance.
Deliverance was filmed in your backyard, wasn't it, Rebel?
No.
I thought it was. Didn't you tell me it was some of your family members?
No, I've never even seen the damn movie. No.
Well, guess
Not
what?
even close.
Guess what, Rebel? Squeal like a pig.
What? No.
Squeal like a pig. Okay, now.
Not even in the.
That's what we do
Not even
here.
on the weirdest.
You're pretty weird too. So if you won't do it, so going back to what I was saying about what the Pipeman won't even do. Okay, I'll just give you one description of Quest, and then you're gonna have to listen to an interview we did with Cookie, the cruise director.
Yeah,
Cookie is the coolest cruise director ever in history. Funniest shit ever. We did a Family Feud live between Parkway Drive and Hollywood Undead, and it was the funniest shit ever. And it's so funny that Hollywood, they had this rivalry even on stage, and Hollywood Undead in one of their sets said, "Good night, we're Parkway Drive." So I decided to play a joke on them, and during the interview I said, "And I'm here with Parkway Drive," but then I realized after the interview that I never even said their real name. So they have to be.
You're gonna edit the bloopers.
I'm just gonna voice it in or something. I instructed the person editing it to like record this. The following interview is not Parkway Drive, but actually Hollywood Undead.
That's a good one. I like that.
I'm dead serious. That's what I did. But anyway, okay, so that was the funniest shit. But you gotta listen to the interview with Cookie because that was funniest shit ever too. It was the best part of the interview was my phone was in my back pocket vibrating, and he was like looking around and he was getting all excited and turned on by it. He didn't know where it was coming from, but it was coming from my butt. So that's all you need to know to listen to the interview with Cookie, okay? And so
wow.
Cookie had to sing Quest, okay? And I told you we didn't find out all I was finding out is an X-rated scavenger hunt. And you can't have phones or nothing. What happens in there, you can't talk about it. You cannot talk about what happens in there afterwards. So I was waiting for it.
But would you want to talk about it is the question.
It was too much for Pipeman. I was like, I don't know if I want to go. But then I'm like, well, maybe I will. And I walked up and I looked in the doorway, and the first thing I saw, the beginning of Quest, is some dude on his knees in front of Cookie. And I'm like, I'm out. I'm very scared. And so the Pipeman even has limits.
Were there any pineapples involved?
There were. So it's funny you should bring that up because I didn't notice. Nicole noticed, but apparently there were upside down pineapples on doors because people decorate their doors. I never noticed them, but maybe she's in tune to that kind of stuff. I don't know.
This is just what this is like word on the street. You know, I have my own ninja qualities of finding out information that, apparently.
But you know what the upside down pineapple means?
Yeah, I learned that.
Let's not tell him because we gotta go. Don't tell him.
It means SpongeBob is in distress.
Next.
SpongeBob Squidward.
To be continued, I guess.
SpongeBob and Squidward next episode. Okay, so again, I'm going to say themes Monday, because for those of you who don't know, I'm also a motivational speaker, but not Pipeman. Okay, not that side of me. Okay, so basically Mondays are going to be Motivational Mondays, where we're going to inspire, motivate, drown out all that stupid negative media with positive media. We're going to bring on good feeling stories, guests, authors, speakers, coaches, anything business, relationships, talk about all that cool stuff, self-help, health and wellness, healing, stuff like, that stuff Nicole does. I don't know. She has to talk about that. But anyway, and then Tuesday, can't be Tasty Tuesdays anymore, so it's now Travel Tuesdays. And we're going to document the PipemanRadio tour and all the other travel adventures that I go on, which are quite a few. Plus, we're going to talk about the new thing I'm doing, where we're going to be basically planning surf trips and other kind of travel trips for people that have cardiac disease to help them, just like the Pipeman. And we're going to do surf trips because in France, they actually do not prescribe the meds that we do here. They prescribe surfing for if you had a heart attack. So we'll talk more about that. And then Wednesdays will just be the same bullshit. So, you're stuck with this. Anyway, we got to go. We got to leave. There will be more. There will be more shenanigans. Make sure to follow Dr. Nicole Fortin, The Language of Healing. Make sure to check out the show, The Language of Healing. Make sure to check me out at 6 p.m. Wow, man, she came up with something even better. We're going to have to talk about that shit. Okay, so, and then I will be a guest tonight, former self, and I'll talk about this kind of stuff on probably Mondays. I'm a former financial planner. Certified financial planner, CFS, RIA, CTA, 15 licenses. And we have a show called Ask Good Questions. I'll be the guest tonight, 6 p.m. What perfect time to talk about your finances to begin 2025 and new administration. And so we'll have that. Tune in tonight. Same, W4CY.com. And there's all kinds of other shits going on. So pay attention. PipemanRadio, all socials. You'll get everything. We really got to go. Is the next show starting soon, Juan?
It's a replay.
Oh, okay. Rebel probably has to go right now. So why don't you go, Rebel? Thanks for all you do. Everybody follow Rebel. I don't know where you're going to follow her because she hides all the time, but you can follow her. and real quick, Dr. Nicole Fortin, can you really quick tell all your socials, websites, and then, of course, we have The Language of Healing every 2 p.m. on Tuesday. So when you watch this, on Travel Tuesdays on the Adventures of Pipeman at 1 p.m. You can switch over to our sister station, W4WN Radio, and watch me as the guest.
Sorry for your
hand. Yeah.
I'm gonna
fucking kick your ass for that shit. Okay. So anyway.
Yeah, Language of Healing on Instagram, Facebook, or Nicole Fortin Healing. You can find me on Instagram as well. LanguageofHealingPodcast.com. Bye.
We have one final commercial for today, so let's roll it, Juan.
So what are we doing this weekend as a family?
Let me see what's fun to do around here.
The South Florida Fair is open, blending cutting-edge technology with old-fashioned excitement. Visit our Imagine the Future interactive exposition and discover how science fiction is a reality today.
Check all the activities online at southfloridafair.com or download the Fair app now through February 2nd in West Palm Beach.
Yes. All right. That's it. It's a wrap. Shiprock's a wrap. This is a wrap. By next week, South Florida Fair will be a wrap. And remember, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, live. Tune in to W4CY Radio, W4CY.com for the Adventures of Pipeman every single week. Thanks for being here. You guys rock and roll it, Juan.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.